Hey everybody, Daniel Rubino here with Windows Central, and check it out, we got the Alcatel Idol 4S with Windows 10 Mobile, soon to be available on T-Mobile in the United States. You can see here it comes with a full VR kit, one of the first of its kind. We don't get a lot of Windows 10 mobile devices these days, so it's really great to see. We'll be doing a full review of this in the coming week, but for now, let's just unbox it. As you can see here, the phone is right on top. Let's pull it out now. This phone has some impressive specs. We are talking a 5.5-inch LCD display that's called Dragon Trail, which is basically their version of Gorilla Glass, so you should have some scratch protection there. Let me pull off some of this plastic and pull that there. And so it's a full HD display, which is actually a step down from the Quad HD of the Android version of this phone, but that's okay because we get some probably better battery life here. And here's the back. Over here you can see there is a 21 megapixel camera, no optical image stabilization, you got a dual tone flash, and of course a fingerprint scanner, which is pretty awesome. Not as quite as tactile as the Elite X3, but it does work very well. Pull off the sticker here. The phone is metal and glass. I would say it feels very much like a Samsung device if I had to make a comparison. You can see no T-Mobile branding there, just Alcatel and the Idol 4. I was having a little focusing problems there, sorry about that. Black and gold is basically the device color scheme here, which is somewhat like that. I think it looks really elegant. As you can see there too on the side, that is the camera button. So we haven't seen one of those on a Lumia device, or non-Lumia device I should say, in some time. So that's really kind of cool. You also have the volume control here on the side. Coming around, you do have the power button. There is the SIM slot, so this takes a nano SIM and micro SD card expansion. That's on top of the 64 gigs of internal memory that this thing already packs, along with 4 gigs of RAM. Only 3.5 though is available because it is a 32-bit OS and not 64. You also get a Snapdragon 820 processor, so one of the latest out there, which is really good, and I've been using that in the Elite X3. We got the little welcome book here from T-Mobile as well. In case you're wondering if this goes on sale outside the US, not too sure yet, although I can tell you it does work on some LTE networks in the UK. We've already tested that, so that is a good sign. There's your SIM unlocker. Now here, let's get to the cool part, right? So this is going to be the included VR headset, which they do a really nice job of putting it all here in the box. And you can actually kind of carry the phone, I guess, around in there. So that is the actual headset. And let's see, pop this off. And we get some goodies inside, including some, I presume, instructions. There is part of the strap system that goes around. And of course, that's the inside there with some protection on the lenses. Let's see if I can get that to focus. There we go. So I'll have to pull that off and try this out. You know, it's not, it's got some foam here. It's not like a super high-end VR helmet, but considering they throw it in the box basically for free, this phone does go for $460, I believe, off contract, which is actually not a bad deal considering everything you're getting, including this thing, which is kind of neat. So I imagine this just pops off and you drop the phone in. I'll have to give that a try. Let me boot up the phone here. Now I'm going to show you the fingerprint scanner. I already have this phone all set here. I'm going to see if I can unlock it. There it goes. So I've already kind of set up this phone a little bit. And there you can see the display. Really nice looking display. You can see kind of from all angles there. Just probably one of the best ones I've used. Speed is really good because it's full HD. You should get really good battery life on this. And it also does feel a little zippier than I would have to say compared to the Elite X3 because it's pushing less pixels. Kind of makes some sense there. So that's that. Camera is pretty good too. You can of course turn the device off and launch the camera as you would kind of expect it would. So there we go. Camera is, let's see if we get that to focus. Camera's pretty good. Do a quick photo right there. If I had to compare it, it feels very much like the Elite X3's camera. So it is a 21 megapixels, so a little bit different there as opposed to 16. But it's a Sony sensor, and it's actually pretty good. It's not the best, it's not Lumia quality, but it's pretty decent. Coming around to the front here, you also have a front-facing camera, 8 megapixel, but there's also the option there for flash. Now, if you saw that display just turned on, that's because this does have double tap to wake. So let's see if I can, and there it goes, pops right on. So that is a cool option as well. That is an authentic double tap to wake, not like what the Elite X3 uses, which is the accelerometer. This also has super sensitive display, which means you can basically use it with your gloves on, which once again was familiar with Lumia's. Under here you can see some of the VR stuff that is included. We'll of course have to give this a full shot in the review, but it does come with a full suite of VR stuff, and there's even one VR game included here as well called Captain Fellcraft VR. I'll have to give that a spin to see how it is. Overall, really nice looking device. There are even cases available, seeing as this is available with Android. You can get a lot of third-party accessories already. It is Continuum enabled, so you can basically plug this in and use it as a larger computer. Going down to the bottom there, by the way, is of course a USB Type-C with Quick Charge 2.0. There is no Qi wireless charging. Part of that, I imagine, is because it's a metal and glass back. There's also no NFC, which also means, of course, no tap to pay. Unfortunately, that is going to be one downside here of this device, which is otherwise very spectacular, and I'm actually really impressed by this. And as a final bonus before I go and review this device here, you can see, hopefully there, AT&T LTE. Don't tell T-Mobile that. You can just throw in an AT&T SIM card and get full AT&T LTE as well, meaning this baby is unlocked. So just throwing that out there, but there you go. Stay tuned for our full review. I'm very impressed. I'll put up some camera samples too later on the week on Windows Central. But there you go. Thanks for watching. Take care, buddy.